Well, alright. I made a game called Bun Fu Master about a bunny who dies from pretty much everything. And he can't do Bun Fu or Kung Fu.
Well, basically, the last week, or last weekend I should say, there was the Mini Jam 181. And this weekend's theme was rabbits. And the limitation was that the player is the weakest creature. And before I actually heard the limitation, I had actually discussed some ideas with my brother. And I knew the theme was rabbits, so I thought, I could make a snake clone, where you play as a fox snake. And this sounds pretty awful, just talking about it. But that was my idea. And eventually I talked to my brother again, and he said, well, just make the same fucking fox snake game, but instead of playing as a fox, you can play as the rabbits. And I thought, this is a pretty good idea. Like, it could definitely be interesting to play as the prey instead. But, that entire idea was scrapped, and I had actually already made up my mind, because I'm stupid. And I had already started hyper-focusing on my new idea, which was a precision platformer. Anyways, I was really excited about this jam. Joined the Discord, I talked to those guys a bit. They're pretty weird, just like me. And I pretty much just set out to make my game. So the initial idea was to play as a bunny, a platformer where you're super weak and you die from pretty much everything. Actually, my first idea for an obstacle, or something dangerous, was a spike. Turns out I made a shit ton of them. Actually, several hundred spikes in the game. Then I actually set out to make the first level. This was a really interesting process too. So what I did was I took a screenshot of the entire first level of Super Mario Bros. From 1985. And I cropped it down to the height of my display, or my game's resolution. Then I basically blocked it out in Paint and imported it as a template. I didn't really follow it super closely, but it's just mostly in the beginning. And after the first day I had something that was kind of playable actually. No animations though. But the game kind of worked. Also, the name kind of sucks. Bun Fu Master. It's pretty much like Kung Fu, but Bun Fu. No shit, but I have to explain it somehow.
I'm gonna expose my code right here.
And now we get to the chaos of actual development. This was on the Saturday, and I got a shit ton of work done that day. I did a lot of coding, fine-tuned the movement a lot. And I also had this super interesting game mechanic where you kind of in the early stages of the game, and where instead of doing a crouch jump or holding space to jump higher, you did this sort of back strafe jump thing, and it's not very intuitive. But I thought it was really cool, so I kind of wanted to keep it. It's inspired by source games like Counter-Strike, where you kind of have to strafe from side to side to build forward velocity. But the next day I kind of realized that the bunny hop thing sucks, and it's not intuitive at all. It fucking blows. It's just awful. So I deleted it and I created another thing, and it's actually kind of groundbreaking. It's called crouch jumping. Never done before actually. So you just hold S to crouch and then you press space to jump, and then you go higher. I kind of realized I don't have to invent the wheel for my shitty platformer. Well, it's actually kind of good. And on the second level I started adding these flying spikes, and I kind of hate them, but they also lead to some pretty interesting platforming movement. And I also added these swinging pendulum spike things. They're kind of difficult to deal with, but you can't cheese them by just waiting them out and going under them. You're never gonna get caught off guard by a swinging spike thing. And I actually used the Unity hinge joint system for these. Kinda nice, I like it. I actually used a tool called Beatbox 2.3 to make the music, and here are some of the tracks. Yeah, I don't like that one that much, it's kinda ass. And this is level 2. Yeah, it's pretty good. Level 3, I uploaded the wrong file, so that's pretty fucking embarrassing, I'm not even gonna lie. You know what, I'm just gonna keep you here and upload the right file from my computer immediately. Look at this, it popped up. That's crazy. Here's level 3. But I didn't use it for level 3 because I scrapped level 3. Also, here's the win song when you finish a level. Yeah! Oh, and also if you complete the entire game, you hear this. No, wait a fucking minute. That's completely wrong. This is what you hear when you finish the game. I might be stupid. This is actually the thing you get. This is what you hear when you play against the Hawks. You know what? I should not make devlogs. I'm way too stupid actually. And all the sound effects I made in this tool called like SFX or something. It's probably on the screen now, but maybe not. I'm pretty fucking lazy. And when it comes to the sound design, I really wanted to capture that like original Game Boy vibe. So that's why I did chiptune and very lo-fi sound effects.
Bunny party! Bunny party! I'm a dumbass. Well, that's some content.
And on the last day, I had a lot of like tiny stuff to do. Made some small improvements to the movement system, the colliders, like you know the hitboxes. And I actually took the time to animate all the bunny states. I didn't even have a run animation up until like 2 hours before the deadline. I also added these fucking annoying hawk enemies. It took like 30 minutes and they're kinda shitty. It's pure RNG, so it's very unfair, but I like them anyway. And then I also reworked the fox, so now it looks less like a Shiba Inu and more like a wolf fox thing. Still terrible, but you know, better. I also added a checkpoint system, and I actually like the checkpoint system, and I ended up actually removing it for the web build because people said it was too easy. And then people started saying it's too difficult without the checkpoints. So I kind of realized you can't please everyone. Sometimes you just have to stick to a vision and do that. But actually, I ended up going for a bit of a dual approach. The submission build has checkpoints. Web player does not have checkpoints. I also added an endgame screen with some info about how many bunnies you killed and how long it took you to beat the game. The menu button looks fucking terrible though.
Not this shit again! Oh, okay, funkar. Nice. I mean, it works.
And a couple hours before the deadline, I realized shit, I have to actually create my itch page. So I did, and I added some screenshots, the cover art, some GIFs that are really cool actually. And wrote some shit about the controls and some credits and stuff like that. Pay me, please. And then I pretty much tied it all together in the final hours. Made the itch page, uploaded the jam submission, and I was pretty much done. And that was a lie. Because the next day I had to do like 3 bug fixes to make the game work, because it just broke from stupid shit. The UI elements were kind of fucked up, and some things were just really unforgiving. But I actually did finish the game, and I love this project. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I just love participating in this game jam. I talked like a shit ton with other creators in the Discord. That was super fun. I got some really good feedback and advice. And a lot of people actually ended up playing my game. And I actually got 33 ratings, which was the second most rated game of the entire jam. And I'm happy with that. Now, before I get to the results, I would like to just highlight some games that I myself really enjoyed. First up, we have Carops, which ended up winning the entire thing. So, spoiler alert, I did not win. Actually, far from it. And secondly, I really enjoyed this game called Jesus Christ. Rabid Rabbit Rice Cooker by Starby, Motive, and Erasmus Magnus. It had a really unique art style that I really enjoyed. And it did really well in the ratings too. And some other honorable mentions are Photon Dash, which had super solid movement, it looked really good, felt super the feedback was good too. Repellent was also really good by Tay. It was a visual novel. It wasn't super long or anything, but the art was super unique and I really liked that. And then there was this super underrated game called Bunny Bash. I played it, it felt super good, felt really well polished actually. I ended up actually doing some GIFs and the cover art and stuff and just sent it to the person. Oxus. But the game is really good, go play it now, it's super underrated. Now finally we can get to the results of the jam. Now I got 20th, which isn't great, it's actually... That's crazy, that's crazy. I really thought I was gonna get higher. I thought I was gonna get top 3, since I had so many ratings and the comments were super supportive, even though the movement was kind of difficult and the hitboxes weren't perfect. But then again, gaming is super subjective and I'm really proud of what I did. I got 7th in presentation, that's my best score. Concept, I only got 2.7 and I kind of get that. It's not super inventive, it's basically a precision platformer. It's been done 1,000 trillion times. Now some things I did learn from this jam, things I could take with me. some things I did right. I think I did a really unique art style with a green color palette. I like that. Some other things I got comments for, or like praise for, was the level design. People said it was pretty fun, and the difficulty curve wasn't too awful. Now, some things I really could have tried to improve were definitely the hitboxes. They felt a little off sometimes. Now, when it comes to the art, I definitely could have done some better pixel art. The animations could have been a lot more smooth, but these things are more general, and it's really difficult to like pinpoint exactly how I should improve them. Anyways, I'm super happy with this game. I learned a lot. I had fun doing it, so go play Banfu Master, or don't. I won't stop you. Don't subscribe, and have a good day.